Welcome to Focal Point. My name is Carla Green. I am the director of the Regional Prevention Center at the Kansas City, Kansas Community College. And with me today, I have Charles Morgan. And Charles is a member of one of the student organizations here on campus, Students in Free Enterprise. And Charles is going to talk to us about that organization, the purpose of it, and some of the things that you all have been doing in the community. So first of all, let me welcome you.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me about SIFE, as we call it around here. Tell me about SIFE. What's the purpose of that organization?
Well, SIFE first stands for Students in Free Enterprise. It's a student business organization. Most things we focus on is the community. It's a heart for the community and a mind for business. So a lot of projects we do, a lot of food drives, going to local high schools, middle schools, helping them out, teaching them entrepreneurial skills, recycling skills, and all the benefits that they're going to need for the future.
Okay. We were talking before the show started about an experience that you just had at Wyandotte this morning, at Wyandotte High School here in Wyandotte County. What were some of the activities that you facilitated at Wyandotte?
At Wyandotte, they're doing a business plan with YEK, it's Youth Entrepreneurs Kansas. It's with the Koch Charitable Foundation. They're working on their individual business plan on things that they want to do in the future. Some are doing girls. I helped a girl today. She wanted to do a dance class, sort of like Zumba for the ladies, what they like. Some are doing clothing stores, tires, any business that they really want to do, and we're just helping them be realistic. You know, what is your target market? How much is it going to cost to actually run this business? You know, us as we're younger, you know, we vision running a business, you know, well, I'm gonna make this much money, but when it comes to being realistic, how much goes into it, how much research really goes into it, that's what we're trying to put in their minds so they can get the actualization of it instead of just, oh, I'm gonna have a cookie shop or restaurant business, it's gonna go smooth, I'm gonna make this much amount of money. In all reality, it doesn't really go like that. So we're prepping them to dot their I's and cross their T's, as they would say, for the competition that they have on April 6th for AND class. Then they do a competition throughout the district, then go on to regional, then on to national. So.
Okay. And so you talked about walking them through the process of a business plan, and I agree with you. I've worked with young people, and it's, oh, I'm going to start this business. Yeah. And one of the questions I will ask is, well, is there a need for that business in this area? So I guess I want to ask how detailed you get in this process. Do they actually have to do the research that shows, yeah, you want to start a cookie shop, but, you know, there's some research that shows that everyone here is on a diet. You know, no one's going to be interested. So what are some things that they would do to try to determine whether or not there really is a need for that service in this area?
Some research that they have to do depending on the business. How much is, do you need a license? What type of license you're going to need? How much it's going to cost? Yeah, you have to have a building. I'm going to buy this building. It may be better to lease that building, cheaper. Some other things that we focus on is, like I said, what's your target market? A lot of people will say everybody, but it's not like that. For kids want to have a clothing store, everybody does wear clothes, but are you going to have clothes for everybody? Are you going to have certain shoes that attract that particular audience? Most of their business, it's all based off of Wyandotte County, so they have to find out who their direct competitors, indirect competitors, what are they doing, who's going to be your suppliers. They have to go through the whole 9 yards of business plan, you know, the whole 25, 30 pages of an Excel spreadsheet, so they have to be very detailed. You know, we try to make it as realistic as possible because a lot of people do want to own their business sometime in life, you know, after their journey, especially with the economy. You know, a lot of people went back to school, then a lot of people just started their own business. So they have that foundation already set on how it will actually go as far as starting that business up for them.
What's the typical reaction that you get? I'm thinking back to being in high school, and if you tell me that I have to develop this 30-page document, I'm probably really not feeling that. So what's the reaction that you get from students when they find out exactly how much work they have to do before they even open the doors of their business?
Yeah, this morning it was like, you know, they already did the Excel sheets, spreadsheets, But I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're all going to go back, have to readjust some numbers. As I said to a young lady earlier, she wanted to start a dance class, and I asked her, how much would it cost? She said $85 for 8 sessions, and I'm like, okay, what do you base that off of? The Zumba classes at the YMCA, the 24-hour fitness, around that cost. But she said also, that's just a membership of that. And I told her, you might want to lower your price also, depending on your target market. The household income in Wyandotte County is a little lower than other counties around the area. Right. Also, if you're comparing it to a YMCA, they don't just get Zumba. They get the workout, they get the swim. So why are they going to spend $85 to come to your class when it's just dancing? They can dance at home. They can go to the YMCA. They can dance, have somebody watch their kids, and do all those things. So they had to take everything into consideration, especially the dollar amount, like I said, with these times in the economy. So we really try to get them to be as realistic. I think it's hard being a young person and being realistic, trying to deal with numbers and actually running your own business.
So tell me about the competition that they participate in. What does that look like?
The competition, they start off what's called a market day. They develop in groups business plans, and they sell their food products at their lunch period. Some sell pizza, some sell cupcakes, some make their own tacos. So they develop a business plan. How much are all the products going to come, or how much will all the products cost for them? What will they need to develop all their expenses and operation costs for that? Then on market day, they sell all the products during their lunch period. I think the highest group this year, I believe, made $200-something off their product. Then you have some that make as low as, I saw today, 25 cents. Not being realistic with numbers, then it shows them, which is very good for them. Okay, wow, that really didn't work. So now when they do the individual business plans, they got a better idea for it. They start off with $100 in class for the competition, and like I said earlier, they go throughout the district for their competition. During presentation, the Excel goes into the PowerPoint, which they have to present in front of a panel of judges. I would be one of those judges. That's why I'm trying to help them, let them know this is what we're going to be looking for. They have a list of all the criteria that they're going to be judged off of. Then from there, it goes to regionals and goes to nationals. I believe the national winner gets a $10,000 scholarship, so it's real big for them. It's a good opportunity for them.
So when you're preparing them for this competition, I know you've talked about the things that you do that are specific to the business plan, and especially the financial aspect of it and making sure they've done their research, but with a presentation now that they have to make. That's a little different.
Yeah.
So do you talk about appropriate attire? Do you talk about body language, making eye contact, engaging the audience? What are some tips that you would give them for being successful in that part of the competition?
Most definitely attire. You're presenting to people who may potentially want to invest into your company. And, like I said, this Excel sheet is 25 to 30 pages. Then the presentation is 5 minutes. So they had to cram all of that information and data into their presentation for 5 minutes. Knowing their material, most definitely you don't want to have to look back at the screen. This is your business. You should know everything on there. And, speaking, being very comfortable and practicing, like I said, try to make this as realistic as possible. You never know. One of these people in here may want to invest in your company, so you want to be the best you can be. The most important thing I would say is the attire. You have to. Your attire changes your mind frame. You wear pajamas at night because you're ready to go to bed. You wear shorts or yoga pants to work out in. So as a business professional, you need to dress professional to get your mind right, and also to be very presentable to these judges.
Do you often get students who don't really understand that part of it? Needing to dress what I would call appropriately and what that really means? Yes. A lot of kids, like I said, they're high school students. I was there. I'm not that old. You just, okay, we're doing this for a grade, but we're really trying to get them focused on the bigger picture. Right.
So I would say dress and appropriate is probably biggest thing. You know, your first impression is your best impression. So when you walk in this room with these panels of judges, the first thing they see is your attire, how you look, how professional you look. Then after that, your well put together presentation. Then, I mean, you have to go all out.
Now, at Wyandotte specifically, since that's where you've been working, is this a class, like an elective class that students take, or are they selected for this program? How do they become involved?
It's a elective class at Wyandotte, and it's throughout the whole district. I believe it's at Washington Harmon and Sligo as well. But this particular class in Wyandotte, they have communities, and this is a business community where they're getting ready. When they go to college, they're going to be focusing on business. So this is their first step kind of college preparatory class that they have. So these classes, which is good, they're all juniors. They're not seniors yet, so they're getting this experience early on.
Right.
So most of and it's always Miss Jasper class. So I think I don't know the specific name of the class, but it is a set class that that they have every year.
What about successes? Do you know of students who have actually gone on to start their own business?
Not for Wyandotte yet. This is the second year the site's been in it, and like I said, most of the students once they start, they're either sophomore or junior. So we're getting them early instead of late. I mean, once you're a senior, you're ready to just run out of the building. So not yet. I hope to hear about some soon, though.
Do you talk about? I agree with you. I've talked to students, high school students, who they just want to start their own business because they don't want a boss. And I keep saying, well, you're going to have to report to someone no matter what you do. But they don't want to be accountable to anyone, so they want to start their own business. They don't want to go to college, don't want to go to a trade school or anything like that. Do you find that with walking students through that business plan, that that they sometimes realize, oh, I really am going to need an education. Maybe I need a license to be a barber. Oh, okay, you do need a license to be a barber. I can't just go out and do it. I can't be an apprentice like we used to. How do they react to that, if that's ever happened?
It happens all the time. Like I said earlier, they're always in awe because the teacher, Ms. Jasper, have them set everything out. Then we come in, show them the numbers, show them the criteria today, actually what you're going to be judged off of, what you need to have included in there specifically to get graded good, because they are getting graded on that and get judged on good. So they're always in awe because, I mean, it's a lot of people that's in business and own their own business know it's a lot of work that you really have to put into it. It's nothing just overnight. It's nothing, I've just typed these numbers in to get this graded. It really doesn't work like that. That's why I enjoy working with these students in this program, because I mean, it's probably the most realistic thing they have to go through as far as developing their own business plan. If they're not developing their own business plan, helping other business develop a business plan so they know exactly what they need to have in there. So, and they know they're going to need that education. So whether it's at college, vocational school, barber school, you still have to have that education and that knowledge about what you're going into. And
so if it's a program that's offered here on campus, you steer them this way, right?
Almost definitely.
All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the things that SIFE is doing, not only in the community, but here on our campus. So join us after the break.
Did you know that the average Social Security benefit is only $780 a month?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that most people will spend 20 years in retirement?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that a 40-year-old who saves $20 a week can have $75,000 when they retire?
I didn't know that.
There's a lot you might not know. To get free information about savings, visit our website or call this number.
I know what to do now.
They said acid would help me forget my problems. There's a separate universe inside each and every one of us. You kill him. I'm not gonna kill him. Reality is the prison of the mind, and when we die, black holes of our mind open up, and we're forced through the gates to infinite insanity. They said LSD would help me forget my problems. They lied. Find out the truth about LSD. drugfreeworld.org.
Welcome back to Focal Point. I'm here again with Charles Morgan from Students in Free Enterprise here at the Kansas City, Kansas Community College. And we're going to keep talking about that organization and shift over a little bit. And Charles, I want to talk about some of the things that SIFE has done on our campus. We've talked about the community and particularly at Wyandotte High School. What are some things that you all do here?
Some projects that we have done just this year. We're helping a lady start her own thrift store, which one of our biggest projects. Thrift store hasn't opened. Doing a lot of preparation for it because she's opening. Her name is Sharita Allen. She plans on opening the thrift store. Then to fund her taking care of a lot of young adult women who's homeless, and so that's one of our huge projects that we're kind of working on right now. Some other projects that we have is Midwest Lumpia. It's a catering and food production company that we're helping get off the ground, trying to get a lot of catering done and also get a lot of distribution. So we're helping with the marketing aspect of that, trying to promote that and get that off the ground as well. Some other projects that we've done this year, we're doing a food drive. We plan on, it's Less Canned Hunger. Our goal is to collect 5,000 pounds of food and bring that back directly to our community. So we're giving food out to the women's shelter, the local churches, and everything we can do to keep all the food back in our community. Some other projects that we did was Business Before Hours. It was a fun project. It's speed date with businesses. I worked with Mrs. Marissa Gray on that. Students just talking to businesses, see what they're looking for as far as employees. Some businesses were hiring also. Hollywood Casino was there as well. Some other projects, another project that we did is the Mate Tea. It's a healthy tea that we do sell on, well, we don't sell on campus, but we do have on campus in the Intercultural Center for people to try if they like it, and they can also get it through us. But that project help replant the forests in different countries as far as Argentina and Brazil as well.
Okay. You mentioned tea. Tell me about the healthy tea.
It's called yerba mate. It's a good healthy tea that have different flavors. So people that's really trying to get on the healthy side, I don't believe it has that much caffeine or any caffeine in there at all. But it's a healthy alternative instead of doing coffee or tea with a lot of sugar to get that caffeine kick. So it's very healthy. I'm not a big tea fan, so fortunately I can't tell how it tastes.
But it's available for sale in the Intercultural Center? Or just to taste?
You can taste it. They always have it in the Cultural Center, and it's also available for sale. You can contact Mr. Lenore in the business office.
Okay. That sounds good. Let me take you for a minute back to the Business Before Hours. And you mentioned that it was on the same format as speed dating.
Yeah.
So for those who are not familiar with that process, what did that look like?
Pretty much students just jumping around table to table.
So you have your business owners
we had
who are
different,
sitting at the tables.
Yeah, we have different companies. Like I said, Hollywood Casino. We had a chiropractor, which was also a lawyer as well, and management from different hotels here as well. So students bring resumes. It was an opportunity for the students, if they're looking for employment or for future employment, and also, to also gain that knowledge what employers are looking for students that are coming out of college. So we spent about 10 minutes talking with them and just jumping table to table, getting different information and feedback from them and different businesses and from different industries.
Okay. And you may not know this, but in an event like that, how open are the representatives from the business? For example, if I come in to this, and this is like an interview. So if I come in and I have on my jeans with the holes and the midriff t-shirt and my hair's uncombed and all that, am I going to get someone from a business that says, you know what, this is really inappropriate? Am I going to get that type of feedback, or are you just going to ignore that and focus on the resume that I hand you?
They probably, they're professionals, so they won't give you that negative feedback,
Right.
But they're very observant. They do give compliments. I tell students, if you're going to dress, dress for success.
Right.
and I also was told, don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job you want. So as example, I went in there dressed and got a compliment from two other businesses that was there. So it just shows how they do pay attention to what students or future employees are wearing.
Right.
So it makes a big difference because hopefully people don't just go out in holy jeans.
Well, I may not know any better.
Yeah.
If no one's ever taught me.
Yeah, true, but they do pay attention.
Yes, definitely. So you're active on campus, obviously,
Yes.
And one of the things I know, and this is how I met you, you were asked to help with another student organization on a project. With that, when someone asks you to come in and to help them with something, for example, the woman who wants to start her own thrift store, what do you do with her? She comes and says, hey, here's my idea. What happens from there?
What we do, we sit down and talk about it as a group. Is this something we do? Then if yes, we say, okay, we would like to do this, but the most important thing, is it feasible? We don't want to waste anybody's time if we're not able to really help them. So our whole point of helping people is to actually help them, have them get a benefit from us helping them. We really want to make a huge impact in our community. So any company or student organizations, if we are able to help, we help out as much as possible, but we also try to be realistic. Is this feasible for us, and what can we do for this company or organization to really help them get a positive benefit from us?
And so if you determine that it is feasible, do you sit down with me just to get more details about what I want?
We see what they need help on. In this aspect, she just, she needed as much help as possible. Things that we did over the summer, going there, help her clean up, put things up, deliver clothes in that aspect. So that's the first part of us helping out. Some future things that we probably will help her with is, getting the books together if she needs that, if she needs some marketing done. It's also some things that we will also help with.
That is great.
Yeah.
So you're not going to write my business plan for me, but you will walk me through the process.
Yeah,
and provide feedback.
Correct. So if we can't help out, we'll find somebody. It's all about helping our community.
Right.
So it's a college. We try to get as many college students involved from aspect of business side, educational. If they need some drawing done, try to art department. Like I said earlier, SIFE is a student business organization, but it's more than that. We try to get as many students involved as possible. Like I said, we go to the schools and talk to them, help them. That's something students that's majoring in education would want to help out with. Also, students that's in technical, we do a presentation that we do each year at regionals, and hopefully this year we'll make it to nationals, so a different aspect. So it's a lot of different aspects of SIFE that a lot of students could help out with as well.
Good. So as a student, and I firmly believe in student engagement. I think it enhances the learning process. But as a student, how has being involved with a student organization helped you?
It helped me out a lot. Like I said, I love going back to Wyandotte. It's my alma mater. When I was at Wyandotte, one of the plans I wanted to do was, develop a community outreach program, but that was my big dream. But in reality, it takes a lot to do that. So I used other assets as far as SIFE. SIFE helps me a lot to give back to my community, but also gain the knowledge for me in my business career. Sitting down with different business managers, sitting down with corporate managers. We have a lot of sponsors in SIFE, so. This past fall, I got the chance to go down to Arkansas to sit with a lot of corporate managements from Enterprise, Walmart, Sam's Club. Tons of sponsors that we have, just to gain that knowledge, so I can use that in the projects that we have to bring back to my community and help me in my future aspect of being a business owner.
So when you meet with those executives from existing corporations, what's the reaction to you as a student?
They're very excited. They're very excited. They're very passionate to help us out in any way that they can. Like I said, SIFE is not only at Kansas City Community College, it's in the United States, and it's also international. You know, it's students everywhere, and they try to help out as much as possible. If it's, you know, sponsoring us, if it's telling us how to help on a project, you know, giving us some feedback that we haven't received from our own self or advisors. So they really try to help out in any aspect that they can.
Okay. So tell me, how has SIFE, or being involved with SIFE, helped you as far as feeling connected to this campus, or has it helped you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm very connected with this campus, very connected with my advisor, Mr. Lenore, also professors around the campus. It helps me interact with students, develop projects, you know, based off the needs of students. We have done projects as far as, you know, building or rebuilding credit. I know that's something that's very important, especially for us college students, as, you know, going to be graduating college with a lot of debt. So it's just, I mean, it gets me very connected. I'm very passionate about it. Like I said, I love helping my community and love helping people. I get a chance to sit down and talk with students, not only students, professors. I like to just sit down and talk with people, just, you know, pick their brain. So, I mean, SIFE has opened a lot of doors and continue to open more doors for me.
Good. It almost sounds like an extension of the traditional homework model, in that you are exposed to the concepts in the classroom,
yes,
but now you have to practice them.
Right.
And with SIFE, you're practicing them over and over and over
definitely
again. Does it have greater meaning? Because, I mean, I can talk about a business plan, and I know what a business plan is supposed to look like. I've never written one, though. And so I don't have the knowledge, the in-depth knowledge that you do. Has SIFE helped you with that, to really solidify those concepts?
Oh, most definitely. I use SIFE as my internship. It helps me out a lot. You know, like I said, sitting down and speaking with executives. I mean, that's a little nervous. People are a little bit bigger than me, but like I said, I get that knowledge and get a better understanding of what corporations are looking for, and also get a better understanding of what my community is looking for and how I can implement that and make a huge impact.
And with talking to executives, have you figured out that at one point they were where you are right now? And so if they could get where they are, then you can get there too?
Oh yes, a lot of stories I've heard from executives, from students. Like I said, when I went down there, you know, I gained a lot of knowledge. It helps me be more realistic with myself. I'm telling these younger students to be realistic, and I have to be realistic myself. So going down there, talking to these executives, I mean, it opens many doors, but that door, the door that I love is open is the opportunity and what you have to do what steps you have to take to really get there. So they put in a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. So it pays off in the long run. So now I'm just having fun as a student while I can. So really get that impact, not really worried about making a lot of dollars. You know, my passion is doing something that I love. You know, going through hard times, I go through it now, as long as I don't have to go through it later.
Sounds like you're learning some good life lessons through this. Well, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad that you came and shared about SIFE, and hopefully we'll be able to work together in the future. Now, is this your last semester on campus?
Oh, yes, it is.
So you're passing the baton?
Yes.
Okay.
I am passing it off.
Thank you so much. Fast. Well, thank you all for joining us on Focal Point, and we'll see you next time.